The wind was cold that afternoon, sweeping across the empty construction site behind Ridgewood High School. Most students avoided this place, but for Emma Carter, the shy, quiet girl with soft brown eyes, this was the only shortcut home. She didn't know that 4 boys from her class were already waiting there. And they weren't waiting to apologize. They were waiting to hurt her. Emma walked slowly, hugging her books against her chest. She talked to no one, sat alone at lunch, and lived in a world carefully hidden from everyone else. The bullies hated that. To them, silence was weakness. And the weak were entertainment. "Hey, Mouse," a voice shouted. Emma froze. It was Brad, the ringleader. Big, blonde, mean, and bored with life. Behind him stood Jake, Milo, and Ken, all laughing like they already knew what was about to happen. Emma swallowed. "Please, I don't want trouble." "Oh, but we do," Brad grinned. "You think you're better than us? Walking around like some sad genius." Before Emma could reply, Jake snatched her backpack and threw it onto the dirt. Papers flew like frightened birds. Emma reached for them, but Milo kicked her hand away. "Look at her tremble," he smirked. "This is fun." She tried to back away, but they moved closer, circling her like wolves around a rabbit. Then Brad pointed to a deep rectangular pit, a half-dug foundation trench from an abandoned building project. "She's so small," he laughed. "I bet we could fit her in that hole." Emma's heart stopped. "No, please, don't." But Brad shoved her first. She stumbled back, dirt slipping under her shoes, trying to stay upright. Then Ken pushed harder. Emma fell. She hit the bottom with a cry that echoed across the empty site. The boys looked down at her, and Jake picked up a shovel. "Let's bury the little mouse," he said. They weren't joking. They began throwing dirt down, laughing as Emma screamed, "Stop, please." But the boys didn't stop. To them, this was just another after-school game. Cruel, stupid, almost deadly. And none of them noticed that someone was watching. Someone who hadn't spoken to anyone in months. Someone who lived in an old tent by the railway tracks. Someone who once served 2 tours as a U.S. Marine, and didn't understand how boys could turn into monsters. His name was Daniel Knox. And the moment he saw that girl fall, something inside him snapped awake. He moved fast, faster than the boys could think. In seconds he reached the pit. "Hey," Daniel roared, a voice powerful enough to shake steel. The boys froze. Jake dropped the shovel. Brad stepped forward, confused. "Who the hell are you, old man?" Daniel's eyes were cold. "Someone who's going to give you one chance to walk away." They laughed. "Wrong move." Brad pushed Daniel's shoulder. The moment his hand made contact, Daniel grabbed Brad's wrist, twisted, and dropped him to the ground in one flawless motion. Jake swung the shovel, Daniel ducked, kicked his knee, and Jake collapsed screaming. Milo tried to run. Daniel caught him by the collar and flung him into Ken. 4 bullies, defeated in less than 10 seconds. Daniel didn't even look proud. He only turned to the trench. "Hold on, sweetheart," he called softly. "I'm getting you out." He lowered himself into the pit, lifted Emma gently, and carried her up like she weighed nothing. Her face was pale, covered in dust, tears running down her cheeks. "You're safe now." Those were words Emma hadn't heard in a long time. That's when Brad, shaking with anger and humiliation, spat venom through his teeth. "You're dead. You're homeless trash. We'll call the cops." "We'll." Daniel turned, and his expression changed completely. Not anger, not fear, just disappointment. "I am a homeless veteran," Daniel said, "and I'd rather sleep on the street than become men like you." Emma looked at the boys, truly looked, and for the first time, she didn't feel small. She felt protected. Brad and his gang ran. Daniel helped Emma gather her torn papers, her broken bag, her fallen books. "Do you have family?" he asked. Emma hesitated. Her voice cracked. "My mom works double shifts. My dad left. I just walk home alone." "Always alone." Daniel nodded. "Not today, you're not." He walked her home, slowly, calmly, making sure every car, every shadow, every street corner felt safe. But that wasn't the end. When Emma's mother heard what happened, she didn't call the police. She called the local news. Within 2 days, the story of the homeless veteran who saved a schoolgirl from being buried alive went viral across the city. When the school district saw the broadcast, Brad and his gang were expelled immediately. But the biggest change happened in front of Emma's house, 3 mornings later. Daniel stood outside, his old backpack slung over one shoulder, ready to move on, when a black SUV stopped beside him. A man stepped out, tall, well-dressed, confident. Mr. Knox. Daniel hesitated. Yeah, the man smiled. I'm Colonel Reeves. You served under my command. And I've been trying to find you for years. Daniel froze. Reeves stepped forward. We've arranged a home for you. A job, medical care. You saved a girl's life. Let us help you rebuild yours. For a moment, Daniel couldn't speak. His eyes filled, something he hadn't allowed in decades. Emma ran out of the house and hugged him tightly. You didn't just save me, she whispered. You saved yourself too. Daniel smiled, the first real smile in years. And from that day forward, the quiet girl was never alone again. And the homeless veteran finally had a place to call home. Sometimes heroes don't wear uniforms. Sometimes they carry scars. And sometimes, they appear exactly when the world needs them most.